In today's video, one of the most anticipated releases of the year. This is one that everyone's talking about and you should definitely know about. We're talking about the newest from EMPORIO Armani, Stronger with You Tobacco. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another video. If you love to make a great and lasting impression, you know that smelling good is a perfect way to do that. And today we're going to talk about a way that you could definitely do that by rocking this particular fragrance that I'm about to share with you. Since the original 2017 OG Stronger With You was released, this one here, the tobacco, happens to be the 7th flanker in the line and also the 4th exclusive Middle Eastern release. They've had leather in 2020, subsequent the oud, last year they had the amber, and now the tobacco. So the presentation here, as you look at the box, is going to be this almost rouge maroon kind of a color with gold appointments. You have the batch code here in the bottom of the box, very similar to all the other Stronger With You fragrance of this particular collection. The bottle itself is, again, this rouge maroon ambery color with the heavy plastic or light plastic, not really heavy, could be heavier, but it has the EMPORIO Armani logo in the actual, the insignia in the actual cap. You also have the insignia in the atomizer, the top of the atomizer. It says Stronger With You Tobacco, EMPORIO Armani. Sprays are actually really nice, and I actually did a first impression of this fragrance in the last unboxing I did for you guys a few days ago. Now today we're going to do a full review. I've been wearing this. The weather right now is right in the springtime, so it's in between cooler nights and warmer days, so it's actually very nice to rock this, and we're going to get to when is the best seasons to wear it very soon. But the presentation, you guys saw it here, looks very similar to all the other Stronger With Yous. The one thing I wanted to do here for you guys also is a PSA, a little public service announcement. Be careful with fakes. I always share with you guys the best places to try fragrances before you buy them. Of course, perfume.com. Same goes for this video. You want to try this fragrance, head over to perfume.com, use my code MAX12, try anything you want. Of course, when you're ready to get a full bottle, be very careful, ladies and gentlemen. I was eager to try this fragrance, and I knew it was originally released in the Middle East Dubai market, so I reached out to some people. Sure and behold, they told me they had a bottle, they shipped it to me, and it was a fake. This is the fake, this is the real. When you look them side by side, the color is completely off. This is a lot lighter. You look at the details, the appointments, it is not really horribly made. I mean, if somebody is a person that doesn't have much experience and they look at this, firsthand, they're going to think it's real. But when you look at, close enough, you're going to see that the lettering is starting to chip away. The logo here, the tobacco lettering is off. The plastic cap is very cheap and very flimsy. When you do open, there is no logo here in the actual inside of the cap. There's no insignia logo here in the actual top of the atomizer. So there's a lot of tell signs that this is a fake. So guys, be careful with your hard-earned money. I don't want you to be wasteful. When it comes to trying fragrances before you buy it, perfume.com, if you're ready to get a bottle, I always say check out these 3 places: Frag Flax, FragranceBuy.ca, and Maxero. I've been working with these companies for many years, over a decade in some cases. So I actually use them myself when I'm ready to buy bottles. So, and of course, perfume.com also buys their bottles from reputable sources. So I always tell you guys, get your stuff from the reputable places that you guys trust. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with fakes like this, and it's not a good thing. You guys work hard for your money, and I just wanted to do a quick PSA. Be careful with fakes. Wanted to do a side-by-side quick comparison. But going back to this one here, so the presentation is similar to the other ones, except the fake ones. But you've seen one, you've seen them all. The price point for this one, though, is going to be on the higher side. This is going to be an exclusive to the Middle Eastern. It says exclusive right there on the box itself, which means most of the time they're very hard to find and very limited. You guys seen it happen with leather. It's almost impossible to find it now. Oud is getting harder and harder to find. The amber, not so much, because it wasn't a good release. But this one here, I have a feeling it's going to be very hard to find right off the bat, and then it's going to get even harder. So you're going to be looking at between 150, 169, 170, give or take, because again, it's exclusive and hard to find. Limited places will have it. I will have it linked below, of course. But, I don't think it's going to be readily available. I think it's going to be one of those things that it's going to hit and run. It's going to hit shelves, or hit, not stores, but discounters. And then pretty soon it's going to be gone. It's not going to be something that you can expect to find at your general store. It's going to be mainly at your discounters, your favorite discounters. And again, be cautious where you get it. I'm going to link it below where I got mine so you can get yours. So let's get to the actual scent itself. I am wearing this today. The dry down is in this blotter. I'm actually going to spray my skin just to remind myself of the introduction. Okay, so this is not your ordinary tobacco type scent. I think I told you guys that when I did the first impressions. The opening unskin is very, very nice. It's very pleasant, very warm, very spicy, very creamy. It has some mature edges to it because of the lavender here, because of the clary sage. There are green components here that makes this, in my opinion, the most refined, the most elegant, the most sophisticated from all of the Stronger With You collection. And again, we're gonna go through the whole collection very soon. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on each one of the releases, how it compares to this one, and which one is my favorite. But going back to this one, the opening is absolutely fantastic. It's gonna smell amazing, creamy, definitely woody, ambery, spicy. This has everything I love in a scent, especially when it comes to cooler weather. But you potentially could rock this all year round if you control the applications, because it is that good of a fragrance, and it's not overbearing, it's not overly sweet, it's not overly anything. So you can actually really rock this all year round if you wanted to. But the opening here, a little bit green, definitely sophisticated but mature, more mature than any other release from this line because of the lavender, the sage. They're very prominent here along with that tobacco. You do have some resins. I believe there's elemi here. There's also a chili pepper note here that adds this spiciness to the scent, which will become more prominent as the fragrance develops, which I loved about this fragrance. So the opening, peppery, spicy, resinous, sweet, warm, just absolutely fantastic. As the fragrance develops within 10-15 minutes, that spiciness of the chili pepper will kick in, and it's gonna be like a trifecta of peppery notes because it has two types of peppers up top along with a chili note. It's gonna make it very spicy, which I love. It becomes warmer, spicier, just intoxicating, addictive, one of those scents that you're gonna love the way you smell, and I guarantee you people around you will also love the way you smell. There's also cardamom, there's cinnamon here, so definitely tons of spices along with that chili pepper and pepper notes. You also have that roasted creamy chestnut that was kind of removed from the amber release of this fragrance last year, which I did not appreciate. It's back here. The amber roasted creamy chestnut are definitely present here, which I loved. Also made a great, combo along with the lavender, the spices that I talked about, and also the chili pepper. The note of tobacco will be present throughout the life of the fragrance, but it's going to be more of that sweet pipe tobacco, one of those easy to wear tobacco, not harsh, not hard to wear, not overbearing, not like a Maduro cigar type of tobacco that could be a little bit animalistic at times. Not the case here at all. This is a very sweet, ambery, spicy, warm, cozy, cocooning, inviting type of tobacco, which is one of the tobaccos that I love. I mean, I love all tobaccos. I, did a video for you guys talking about, I think it was the 35 best tobacco fragrances of all time. I'm going to link that here. It was a great video I did last year. This wasn't available, of course, but this is a type of tobacco which is in the lighter side of things. It's not going to be a screamer, an animalistic type of tobacco. It's going to be quite nice. It's going to, last quite a while. Don't get me wrong, but it's not one of those harsh or very powerful, hard to wear type tobaccos. It's more of a subdued type of tobacco. I can talk to you guys about this particular tobacco here, which is Vanille Havane, which I talked about here on the channel. This is a great tobacco. It is laced with vanilla, which makes it very nice and easy to wear. However, it does have a rather animalistic, realistic Maduro tobacco vibe here that it's actually not going to be for everyone. And this is going to be one of those tobaccos that's going to be very realistic and not as easy to wear as this one here. This is a much easier, cozier, warmer, more universally appealing tobacco, if you will. Another thing I loved about this fragrance is the guaiac wood that it has in the base, which really adds this texture, volume, making it long lasting, having this smoky, balsamic, and honeyed kind of effect. You do have this honey tobacco, not like tobacco vanilla at all, but you do have this honey tobacco, smoky, balsamic vibe that comes through as the fragrance starts to dry down, along with those spicy chili notes, all the spices that I talked about, the cardamom, the cinnamon. It is absolutely heavenly. Obviously, you do have tonka is not listed as a note, but you do have a sweet tonka-like vibe here, along with the vanilla and the benzoin, which again adds to that resinous feel that I talked about, along with the elemi, which is also present in the opening. So resinous, warm, spicy, creamy, just like I said, a heavenly tobacco, guys. If you're looking for great tobacco scent, this is going to be a phenomenal fragrance that I'll be recommending people. If you're getting into the tobacco route, this is a great segue into the tobacco vibe because it's not going to be hard to wear. It's not going to be animalistic. It's going to be rather one of those fragrances that are going to be incredible to wear, a little versatile in the account that it's not animalistic or overbearing. So you could potentially, like I said, wear this all year round, providing you control the applications. Of course, it's going to be best for cooler seasons, early spring, fall and winter, of course, absolutely. Summer, not so much. Controlled environments, of course, but better for cooler seasons, goes without saying. Going back to all the other ones and how it compares to this one, the OG from 2017 was this really incredible roasted chestnut introduction to this line, along with the vanilla, the lavender combination. It was a great scent. It's still one of my OGs for fall season. Usually makes a lot of my top lists, for those kind of occasions and situations, fall, winter, elegant, dressier, situations for the cooler times of the year. Love the OG. Which was released again in 2017. 2019, Stronger With You gave us the Intensely, which the name will give you exactly what that fragrance is. It's an intensified version of the original 2017. So 2019, Stronger With You Intensely really amplified the gourmand, sweeter notes with that fragrance, adding a suede leather underneath, in the dry down phase, which was a great fragrance release. A lot of people love that one intensely, and Absolutely, which I'll talk about in a second, are really the crowd favorites, when it comes to the fragrance community itself. 2020 is my all-time favorite, which is the 2020 Stronger With You Leather, the first Middle Eastern exclusive release, which again amplified the leather note, capped the original Stronger With You vibe with that roasted chestnut, along with more leather, amplification, more spices, a little bit of hint of oud in there as well to make things interesting. Again, my favorite, love that one. I did a full review on that one. Always makes top fall lists for me in winter. Stronger With You Leather is my #1 favorite to this point. Perhaps will this dethrone leather? Well, I'll tell you at the end of the video. 2020, Stronger With You gave us a perhaps more wearable, lighter, easier to wear version of all the predecessors. This was the Stronger With You Freeze, which amplified the citrus notes. It capped the original roasted chestnut note, but added this bourbon geranium feel with a lot of citruses up top, so it made it very citrus opening with a creamy heart and a semi-boozy and creamy dry down. It was a very nice fragrance, one of my favorites. Love that stuff. I think it's perfection for the spring and early fall. Stronger With You Freeze. A little hard to find, but I definitely suggest if you're looking for something that's a little bit more tamed, something that you could potentially wear as a signature scent, Stronger With You Freeze is definitely one to look at. 2021 gave us Absolutely, with a lot of people considering the best release of all Stronger With You to this point, which absolutely was very sweet, but also added notes of Havana and sweet boozy rum. So it was the booziest of all the different Stronger With Yous, along with the Havana, which is a great note. It gives you this creamy, floral kind of undertone. It capped the original roasted chestnut vibe. So, but definitely sweeter, gourmand. If you like the dessert-like boozy type scents, that would be the one you would, actually lean towards. 2022 Stronger With You only came out, and that particular fragrance was the lightest and the weakest in performance from all the other Stronger With Yous. This was really citrus heavy predominant. It did keep the original DNA in there, the roasted chestnut, but way in the background it was mostly a citrus fragrance. This is a daily driver if you're looking for something to really rock as a signature scent, even office safe. You only was the one you would go for. And it's readily available today. You can pick that up at discounters quite easily. And again, I'm gonna have everything listed for you below if they're available. If you're interested in any one of the Stronger With Yous, the Stronger With You only is the one that would potentially be the most signature scent-like from the line. Stronger With You Oud came out in 2022, and I love that one. The trifecta of lavender, vanilla, and oud was just amazingly done. They capped the original DNA, of course, but again, vanilla, oud, and lavender combination gave that fragrance a very unique take on oud. A little bit powdery, easy to wear. If you like oud fragrances, you're gonna love that one. If you're getting into oud and you're not really a fan of oud scents, that's a great one to check because the oud there is going to be very easy to wear, very comfortable, very cozy, but also very attention commanding. If you like to turn heads and get people to ask you what you're wearing, that fragrance will definitely give you that because it has all these oriental, spicy edges, along with that trifecta of the vanilla, the oud, and the lavender, which makes it also very elegant, very refined, very sophisticated. It checks all the boxes. So good performance for this one, as you get with most Stronger With You fragrances, except for the Freeze and the Only, which are actually good, but they don't scream or push as strong as the other ones. The Amber was actually okay, a moderate to average performance, but the tobacco was actually a very good one in sillage, in longevity. It pushed very nice for the first 2 hours. So projection, performance overall. So performance overall above average for this one. Final thoughts on Stronger With You Tobacco. Guys, this is a great release, one of the best releases of the first quarter of 2024 so far. Very happy with this one. Like I said, I've been wearing it now. The weather's still cool enough, the early mornings and evenings to pull this off. As it gets warmer, I may not wear this, but I would expect to see this one making top lists for me, especially in the fall winter in the upcoming months of this year, later in 2024. So let me know in the comments, have you tried Stronger With You tobacco? Also, what is your favorite Stronger With You fragrance so far, from this collection? If you're a fan of this line, let me know which one's your favorites and why in the comments. And of course, there are a ton of great information for you linked in the description of this video. Savings, fragrances, discount codes, you name it. I keep you guys in the know. That's what I do here, from a fragrance lover to another. And one last thing I want to leave you with, if you are on social media at all, whether Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever the case may be, if you need somebody to help you with your editing process, with social media SEOs, optimization, which is the company that I've been using for myself, for my videos, for editing, for SEOs, check out GrowitUp.co. Details below. You can use my code BACKSTAND for 10% off on your first engagements with them. They will take care of you. The customer service is second to none. They're very quick. The turnaround time is very fast. So like I said, if you're in a crunch for time and you want to be more present on social media with editing, shorts, you name it, they've got you covered. Like I said, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, you name it, they're very in sync with all the social medias out there, and they know what works, what doesn't work. I'm gonna actually link their Instagram and all details for you to get in touch with them. Tell them Max Forte to send you, use my code on your first order with them, guys. Enjoy. Hope you guys have a phenomenal day up ahead. If this is early for you, if this is late in the day, hope you guys have a great evening. And as always, guys, wear what truly moves you. This is a good one, guys. You're gonna thank me later. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.